Aloha everybody, and welcome to part 2 of Sonic Generations. We just restored Green Hill Zone back to its former glory, and we saved our friend Tails, aka Miles Tails per Hour, who debuted back in Sonic the Hedgehog 2. That's why Tails doesn't recognize Green Hill Zone. Green Hill was from the first game, Tails wasn't in the first game. Haha, get it? Although at this point, Green Hill Zone has reappeared so many times in the series that Tails should probably know what Green Hill Zone is. With a simple push of the button, you can switch from Modern Sonic to Classic Sonic, and oh my god, look how cute Tails is! Tails has a classic version as well, so when you're playing as Classic Sonic, Tails appears in his classic form. And he's just too damn adorable. He's just too damn adorable. Oh my god. So we have 2 different zones we can go to, and that's pretty much it right now, because the hub world has expanded a little bit, but there's still this weird, dark, time eater energy that won't let us go to all the other zones in the game. So we're going to have to clear the ones that we have left in order to see the rest. But going left of all the zones will take you to the extra stuff of Sonic Generations, including Omochao, who has a skill shop. Omochao is actually the tutorial of Sonic Generations if you activate him in the options menu. Like, he'll actually tell you how to, like, boost and do your homing attacks and stuff. And Omochao is voiced by Laura Bailey this time around, so not a bad voice to have, but I turned that off in the options as soon as I started up the game, because I don't need no small robot who looks like a Chow telling me how to play the game, okay? I know how to play the game, Omochao! I know how annoying you were in Sonic Adventure 2, and I'm not going through that shit again, okay? We're not doing that again! But either way, the skill shop has a whole bunch of abilities that are completely optional. They are not mandatory abilities that you need to complete levels, and this is something I really appreciate about Generations, actually. A lot of Sonic games make you unlock all of your abilities. You know, the adventure games had you finding collectibles that would give you Lightspeed Dash and all these other things. Sonic Unleashed, you had to eventually find it in the hub worlds. Sonic 06, you had to buy them from a shop. Sonic Colors, you had to find all the wisps before you could use them in every single level. Like, every time, Sonic just isn't at his full potential right from the beginning of the game. In Sonic Generations, he has the Lightspeed Dash, he has the ability to stomp, he can do whatever he wants from the beginning of the game, and there's no unlockable abilities aside from these extra bonus skills, which just make the game a lot more wacky and fun. Some of them improve your acceleration in water. There's actually elemental shields that Classic Sonic could take advantage of, just like in Sonic 3 and Knuckles. And that's actually where the red ring system comes into play. They brought back red rings. There are 5 in every single level, just like Sonic Colors, but they don't unlock Chaos Emeralds this time around. Instead, they unlock concept art, music, and special skills that you can unlock in the skill shop for your characters to use. So that's actually a really great incentive for finding red rings, because they can get you stuff like the electric shield, the flame shield, the bubble shield, giving Classic Sonic the ability to do a homing attack since he can't do it naturally, stuff like that. And yeah, I don't remember what I just equipped to Sonic right now with the skills in the skill shop, but I just made it so that he boosts right as soon as Modern Sonic starts the gameplay. He has the ability to move faster through water and stuff, and yeah, just very basic stuff like that. This is the bonus room where you can see character profiles. You can unlock music later, and this music can actually replace the in-game music for levels, which is always swell. You can rewatch cutscenes, and there's going to be a whole bunch of concept art to find as well, but you know, this song is really, really familiar. If you're a hardcore Sonic fan, you tell me if you recognize this. That is a remix of Door into Summer from Knuckles Chaotix, the first level of Knuckles Chaotix for the Sega 32X. I gotta tell you guys, when I first picked up this game, you know me, I'm a hardcore Sonic fan. I've played pretty much every game up to this point. Hearing that song in the options menu just made me giddy as a schoolgirl, because I was like, this is a love letter to Sonic the Hedgehog. In every way imaginable, this is a love letter to Sonic the Hedgehog. So, yeah. Let's get into our next level, why not? Oh my god, I love this game! I think that was my tagline during my Sonic the Hedgehog 2 Let's Play. I think I started off every part with like, I love this game, this is the greatest thing ever! But this is Chemical Plant Zone from Sonic the Hedgehog 2, my personal favorite game in the series. It's one of my favorite video games, period. It is my favorite video game, period. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is what I just think of when I think of video games, and it's always that game that could put me in a happy place whenever I play it, so, yeah, this makes me happy. Yeah, this makes me happy. It's got all the teleporter tubes that zip and zoom Sonic all over the place. In terms of red rings, Green Hill Zone actually locked off the red rings during the first playthrough. I couldn't collect any in the first playthrough because the game wouldn't let you have them for some reason. My policy is this. I'm not going for 100% totally, because I wanted to get as many as I could in a single run. I didn't want to replay levels over and over again. These red rings do not unlock Chaos Emeralds to get you Super Sonic, which is a thing in Sonic Generations. So I told myself, if I can get all 5 in a level, I'll go for it. If I can't get all 5, I'll get as many as I can, and that'll be that. The next level in particular has 3 pathways that lead to the exit, and there's a red ring on each pathway, meaning you have to play the stage 3 different times just to get all those red rings, which is like, ugh. But I will be going for all the red rings that I can, don't worry. I really love the remixes in Sonic Generations, the way they take the Sega Genesis audio and mix it with some modern music to really add this funky bass and this funky beat. And it just, oh my god. Chemical Plant sounds so good in Act 1. It's so damn good. It's... I loves it. I loves it. Of course, Sonic can't stay underwater for too long. Otherwise... he'll drown. So make sure you look out for air bubbles. Anytime you see a bunch of bubbles spotted at one particular spot, eventually it will form a giant bubble, and if you grab the giant bubble, Sonic will inhale all the air in it, and he'll be able to live just a little bit longer. So, yeah. There's not too many underwater segments in Sonic Generations. I think it's this level and... well, I don't want to spoil it, because again, I'm sure everyone and their mother has played this game at this point. It's 2016, this game came out 5 years ago. This is a 5-year-old game, can you believe it? Isn't that weird to think of? It is. This is a 5-year-old game now. But, you know, I'm not going to spoil the upcoming levels. We're going to see the surprises together. We're going to see the surprises together. But either way... artwork, 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 all artwork. I just got 5 pieces of artwork, and I forgot what that said. But, you get an extra skill for collecting all 5 red rings in a level, so you can actually get 6 different bonuses from one particular stage. But, I got myself a lot of artwork, and, yeah, not bad at all. Now let's modernize this thing. You ever wanted to see Chemical Plant as if it was in a modern-day Sonic the Hedgehog game? Where now the camera is behind Sonic and we're going through the pathways in 3D? Booyah! We also have a new funky remix of Chemical Plant. Each act has a different theme song, which is always appreciated. Sometimes the Act 1 is the best theme, sometimes Act 2 is the best theme, you know, it's all dependent on your preference, I suppose. One thing that has changed from Modern Sonic, from Unleashed to Generations, is that they don't have Quicktime Events anymore. Sonic Colors kind of had Quicktime Events. I mean, every time you would hit a special ramp, you'd have to keep pushing the A button to do, like, great, outstanding, amazing, you know, all that stuff, which unfortunately is not in Generations. It doesn't have that wacky voiceover anymore. But every time you come to a yellow ramp, you have to flick the control stick in a whole bunch of different directions in order to make Sonic do a whole bunch of tricks. And then you're expected to finish it off with L and R together to get the most points out of it. It's sort of like Sonic Rush, where you have to push the A button at the end in order to get the best payoff. But, woo! You can boost even when you're sliding down the tube. And they brought back free falling, just like in Sonic Unleashed and Colors. You can move Sonic around with the control stick. If you hold the boost button, he will fall a little bit faster, but when he's falling faster, it's a little bit harder to move where he is in relation to everything else. And, yeah, I took a damage from the bubbles just so I could get that red ring, but whatever. What is it with those bubbles, anyway? What exactly is so dangerous about them? These blue bubbles that just come out of these tubes and they damage Sonic for whatever reason. Either way, there's an achievement for this particular level. If you can get through the entire level without going into the water, you get an achievement, which is one of the things I liked about Sonic 2's Aquatic Ruin Zone, and one of the things I like about multiple pathway levels in Sonic. I hate underwater levels. You guys know I hate underwater levels. Aquatic Ruin is great in Sonic 2 because you can pretty much stay above the water the entire time if you knew what you were doing. Chemical Plant Act 2, you know, you're allowed to skip the water entirely. You're allowed to just run along the water, not fall into it at all, and there's an achievement for doing so. So all the alternate pathways and stuff, you can actually keep yourself out of the water if you want to. And I appreciate that kind of design. I think that's pretty damn enjoyable. Because I hate water levels. I've never liked them. I want to stay above the water at all times. But yeah, that's Chemical Plant Zone, ladies and gentlemen.
Sonic!
Tails!
This chemical plant feels familiar. I'd never forget a smell like this. And that pink water makes me really nervous for some reason.
You're right, Tails. This place is giving me deja vu all over again.
You know, if I was on my first adventure with Sonic to stop an evil scientist from turning animals into robots, you'd think you'd remember that pretty clearly. But whatever.
You saved me, Sonic. I was afraid I'd never be able to flirt with you again. Thank you, Sonic. Wow, you look younger every day. What's your secret?
Even classic Sonic just doesn't really want anything to do with her. Poor Amy. Artwork, artwork, Green Hill Zone music. More artwork, and yeah, that's what getting all the red rings gets ya. So folks, we're going to be moving on to the next level in Part 3, but not the console's next level. Instead, we're going to be moving to the 3DS's next level, which also happens to be a Sonic the Hedgehog 2 stage. Can you tell what it is from the white outline here? So that should be fun, but Amy Rose, we just saved her. Her debut was in Sonic CD, and she had a very different design in Sonic CD when we first saw her. Unfortunately, classic Amy Rose is not in Sonic Generations. If you switch to classic Sonic, it will still be modern Amy in her red dress, and not the younger, green shirt, brown skirt Amy Rose that we were first introduced to back in Sonic CD. But, on Xbox Live, you can dress up your avatars with a whole bunch of different costumes, and you could buy, like, avatar costumes on Xbox Live. And for Sonic Generations, you can actually buy Classic Amy's costume. Yeah, for real. Classic Amy is not in Sonic Generations, but if you own the game on Xbox 360, you can dress up your avatar like Classic Amy. So, thanks, Sega, I guess. Either way. See you in part 3.